Hello, my lovelies. I'm Carolyn from Eternal Soul Awakening. Happy Monday. I really hope that you guys enjoy this Monday message. So, when we experience depression, it is because we are fighting our alignment actively. We are in complete and utter resistance to whatever is truly in our alignment. Okay. And what it feels like to me is that the this pet created an opportunity for you to feel alive for a time. So there's this feeling, belief, sense that if you were able to find her again, that then you would feel alive. And this is a false belief system. You are meant to feel alive within yourself for yourself. I did ask your question. And there is not an answer. They will not say when or if you will find that pet or such a pet or person or connection in any way that was similar to that or that particular soul. Okay. There's multiple reasons why they won't tell you. The main thing that I'm seeing your spirit guides wanting to talk to you about is alignment. You feel you even said it. You don't know what you want to do. It feels as though you're in such a low place that you feel completely separated from joy and desire. Like if I were to ask you anything that you enjoy, you wouldn't even be able to tell me one thing right now because you don't have access to those feelings. You don't have access to that pathway of alignment, right? So, okay, what is keeping you from that? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. In your explanation of what's your summary for me, so I could know what was happening, there was an incredible amount of self-critical judgment there. Almost every single thing that you said, except for the last thing about your cat, there was some judgment of some kind that came right afterwards, right? So the way that you view yourself, the way you see yourself is opposite, completely opposite, right? Like, so there's versions of being out of alignment, right? So an alignment is a wide road. I think people don't realize that. Like your alignment is like an 8-lane highway. It's huge. Okay. It's not a narrow line. So to be slightly out of alignment feels awful because you inherently know that you have plenty of room to go left, right, up, down, wherever you like, based on your current desire, your current experience, the things that you're noticing and enjoying, right? You are all the way opposite completely, right? So it takes time and effort to get to that place, right? There's a reason that you're over there. And it feels to me like not just one, but several relationships that have sort of reinforced ideas that you've had about yourself over and over and over in your lifetime. Okay. To the point that you don't even know who you are. It feels like you're very separated from that idea of, well, at least I know this is true about me. All of the things that you think about yourself, you're still unsure. Is that really me? Is that what I actually want? I have no idea. So I'm just going to do what I think will make other people happy because I don't know what else to do. I also believe that there's a fear of, when it comes to other people, saying no, disappointing them, uh, uh, being confrontational in any way, even just a little bit, of saying, like, if somebody came to you and said, I really need you to do this task today, and you know for a fact you have 0 spoons, there's nothing in you to do anything at all. Because they've asked you, you feel as though you can't say no and there's no negotiation room at all. When in reality, this person probably can't even tell that you're exhausted because you're working at such a high level of masking, right? And they don't even know that their ask has created this emotional response in you. And so now you're like slightly resentful at them. Like, how can you not tell that I'm exhausted? People, and being an empath is a very special thing, but it's debilitating at times when you allow it to rule your life. Okay. And this is what creating boundaries is for, not just with other people, but with yourself. I am not willing to let myself roll over for this person because everything in you is going to want to roll over. That's your natural state of being. That's your defense mechanism that says, I'm safe. I'm going to go belly up. If you stand your ground, even on a minor thing, right? Now, to you, nothing's minor, but to someone else, it could be, right? Perspective is everything. And it feels as though you've just drawn your sword and you're about to slash them. Couldn't be further from the truth, right? Saying, I'm too tired. Is there a different person that could do this? Is there a different time that I could do this? You're literally just stating your needs. You're not trying to hurt this person at all. You're not trying to do any of that, right? And it isn't necessarily that somebody outside of you is trying to influence that moment in your life. It's that internally you've told yourself so often and so many times that your needs are not a priority at all. If anything, they're the last rock bottom thing that you will ever tackle. And the only time that your needs get met is either when someone else does it for you or when there's a emergency. You're sick, you have a headache, um, something of that kind happens where you are forced by your body to take care of yourself. That's it, right? This is not a sustainable way to live. Changing that pattern, I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be difficult, but I guarantee you it is not impossible at all. This is how I used to live, like to that degree for sure. Okay. And I don't do that anymore. I know that it's possible for you to change your life, to live happily, to feel successful and satisfied, to understand what your desires are and follow them. It takes willpower. And I know you have it because you have the willpower to suppress your needs. You're doing it now. You're holding yourself out of alignment on purpose. It's really hard. But the defense mechanism in your head, the lie, is so loud that it's creating that will inside of you to do this. And I think if you could see that, have your eyes open, all you need to do at this point, in all honesty, is be observant of your behaviors with yourself, the relationship that you have with yourself, because it is in the toilet. You don't like yourself. You don't care for yourself. You don't celebrate yourself. Maybe little things here and there, because I feel like it's impossible not to. um, but overall, if you were friends with you, like if you took the way you treat yourself outside of yourself, and you saw one of the people that you love interacting with that version of yourself, the way you beat yourself down, the way you put yourself last, the way you just gaslight yourself all over the place about your needs, you'd probably say something. You'd be like, hey, I don't think that's a good person for you. And you'd probably advocate for that person to like do something to change the situation, right? But you're not doing it for yourself, right? Turn that empathy inward. Be compassionate of yourself. Learn to love yourself. Because if you can achieve that, even on the slightest little bit, you will feel the shift so massively. I'm telling you, 1 degree shift of alignment feels like a football field. It really does. And that's what's going to give you the energy and momentum to continue forward. So that's what I see. You have to be observant of how you're treating yourself and actively choose not to do the things and not be hard on yourself either when you do it because it's a program. You don't have a choice at this point, right? But when you're observant, when you see yourself doing it, then you have a choice. Okay? And that's where we want to get to because your willpower is very strong. Probably stronger than most people. To be able to hold yourself out of alignment that intensely for that long is a huge feat. You have to understand how powerful you are to be able to do that. Wild, okay? But it's you do that because you're not watching what you're doing, right? Your ego is distracting you every single day, dividing your attention. So if you fight against that and you actively observe what you're doing, you will see it and you will say, "Oh, I cannot condone that." You would never. You wouldn't. Okay? And then having ease and compassion for yourself, turning that empathy inward, creating those boundaries with yourself. I will not let myself do this. I will not let myself, right? Because I love myself, because I care about who I am. Okay. And that is going to be the most advantageous place for you to start. And your inspired action is going to start coming in. You're going to start connecting with desires. You're going to start feeling like you want to do stuff. Okay. You're going to start feeling different. Journal, journal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are interested in private readings, you can visit eternalsoulawakening.com.